remembered the recording. We are getting ready to wrap up some conversation about recognizing our emotions. This week, we've been talking a lot about what happens when emotions conflict or when we have two different emotions about the same situation. One way that we use this every day in our life is through emojis. If you have texted or typed in an online situation, a lot of times people will send multiple emojis to describe how they're feeling about something. So we're going to use emojis today to describe different ways that we can feel about situations. Okay, so allow me to share my screen with you. To get us kicked off, we are going to start off with a video from BrainPop about our emotions. And then we're going to take a look at this assignment where you will be using some emojis. So please watch this video and then we will discuss. Oh, I got to share my sound. There we go. Back it up for 2 seconds so you can hear that fun theme song.
I don't feel so good. My stomach feels like it's twisted in knots. My heart is racing and beating really fast. I'm really nervous and scared about the school play. What if I forget all my lines? What if I fall on stage? What if I... You're right, Moby. I need to calm down. What are emotions? We go through different emotions or feelings every day, sometimes every hour. You might feel emotions like love, happiness, excitement, or pride. Sometimes you might feel emotions like anger, sadness, frustration, or loneliness. You might feel disappointed when things don't go your way, or worried about something important to you. How strong you feel an emotion depends on what's happening. I was sad when my favorite teddy bear ripped, but I was really, really sad when my friend moved away. When you feel bad, stop and figure out what you're feeling. Good question, Moby. How can you be aware of your emotions? Your body gives you clues about your feelings. You might frown and scrunch up your shoulders. Your heart might beat harder and harder, and you might even make fists with your hands. These are some signs that you feel angry. You might cry and feel like staying in bed. Your chest might feel really heavy too. These are some signs that you're sad. Right now, my knees are shaking and my palms are sweaty. These are signs that I'm nervous. Some signs are the same for different emotions, like when you turn red from being angry or sad. Everyone shows emotions differently. Well, when Mia's really excited, she jumps up and down and talks loudly. But when Grandpop's really excited, he just nods his head and smiles. Pay attention to your whole body and notice what it does when you feel a certain way. When you're aware of your emotions, you can help yourself feel better when you feel bad. How can you calm down when you feel bad? Everyone has not so good days and has gone through tough times. We all get upset sometimes. The important thing is to calm down before you do or say something you don't mean. I like to take long, deep breaths. Counting to 10 or counting different things helps me calm down too. Exercising, writing, or drawing can also help. I always feel better after I talk to Grandpa, Mia, or Becca. They're my best friends. Sometimes you make mistakes, or don't do as well as you wanted. You might think mean things about yourself. If you want to change how you feel, change how you think and act when you're feeling bad. Think positive and say something nice to yourself. Remember all the many things you're good at. When you're upset, sometimes it feels good to help others, or play with friends and have fun. Just spending time alone can help too. Remember, when you feel down, you can choose to think and act in a way that makes you feel better. I'm really nervous about the play, Moby. You're right, I need to think positive. I know I'll have fun once we're up on stage. What's wrong, Moby? Now you're nervous too?
All right, so we are going to take a look today at what happens when we are experiencing different emotions. As I shared with you yesterday, you guys have gotten really good at reading body language and reading facials to know the way that someone is feeling. Today, we're going to be thinking about our own emotions and what can happen inside of our own selves so that we can be aware and recognize those signs when emotions start to take over. So you are going to have an assignment that I believe, right now is unlocked to you. So inside of your activities, you have an assignment called Naming Our Emotions. And it says, we experience many feelings each day. When we can recognize our feelings, it helps us handle our emotions appropriately. So there's an example here about a time when I felt nervous. It was my first time singing in front of other people. I had practiced the song for weeks, many times a day. Now it was almost time to begin, and my hands were cold and sweaty. My heart was beating so hard, and my legs were shaking. I was so nervous. I wasn't sure I could do it at all. So these are all of the different clues in my own body and in my own mind that I knew I was feeling nervous. Go ahead and right now you'll want to split your screen so you can see me and your work. Go ahead and open up your Seesaw assignment, Naming Our Emotions, and start a response. Click on that Add Response. All right, I'm going to click on View Instructions while you finish pulling that up. It says, with your teacher, watch the Brain Pop video. We've done that. Now on your own, use the drag tool to bring 4 emojis into the first column of the table. Use the label tool to name the emotion and to give an example of what situation might cause this emotion to occur. So you guys are going to choose an emoji that you feel you could describe, and you're going to put it inside of this emoji box. So I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to label with my label tool this emotion as embarrassed. This looks like an embarrassed face to me. You might think it looks like a different face, and that's totally fine. And then over here, I'm going to describe when someone can feel like this. So perhaps someone would feel embarrassed when their pants rip when they bend over. That would be a very embarrassing situation that I could imagine. So I'll put that in that situation, okay? So you guys right now are going to complete this. Choose an emoji, put it inside of this column, label what emotion that emoji shows, and then when can someone feel like that? I'm going to give you guys about 5 to 6 minutes to work on this, and then you're going to be sharing your ideas in a breakout room, okay? So I'll play some music, and you guys have about 5 to 6 minutes to work on finishing page 1. Don't do page 2 yet, just page 1. Any questions on that expectation? Okay. You should have completed all of slide 1. All of slide 1 should be complete by now. You should have selected 4 different emojis to name them with an emotion word and to tell an example of when someone might feel that way. I can't wait to read all that you guys came up with because I have a feeling these are going to be pretty entertaining. You're getting ready to save this as a draft because on your own today during work time, you're going to complete slide 2. Slide 2 directions are inside of the instructions and it says, select one emotion and move it to the circle. Write about a time when you have felt this emotion and use many details. Use the microphone and tell us about this emotion and when you felt it. And you'll click the check to turn in your work when you finish that. So here's my example. I dragged down this in love emoji, and here's what I had to say about it. The first time I ever saw Axel crawl, I was convinced it was the cutest thing I'd ever seen in my life. I just started to imagine all the memories we were going to make with him moving around, playing with toys, and coming up to us for hugs and kisses. My heart felt like it was going to explode out of my chest, and my eyes were so big because I wanted to take it all in. All right, so I've recorded myself. I've written about it with the details, and I've labeled that emotion. So this is what you're going to complete on slide 2 during work time today.